Wouldn't it be cool if you could live on 5 acres of land, but still be close enough to everything that you could literally walk to a Starbucks? Now, I know that might sound crazy, but that's actually possible. And in today's video, I'm going to break down the different areas you should consider if you want that rural feel, but you don't want to give up access to local amenities. Thanks for checking out the channel. I'm Sean Provencher, and I'm a real estate expert who lives in Victoria, BC. We make videos every single week to help you stay better informed. So if you're considering a move or you just like knowing what's going on with real estate, you should subscribe and like this video. It's a great way to make sure that you don't miss anything else that we have coming up. Also, if you do have plans involving real estate, I'd love to learn about them. You can use the link in the description to grab some time with me. Okay, let's get into this. And first, I just want to say that I think one of the coolest things about the Greater Victoria area is the fact that you can have this country lifestyle, but still be really close to local amenities. I'm talking 10 to 30 minutes in the car. You could be leaving downtown and driving back to your 5 or 10 acre lot in a protected agricultural zone. And this isn't something that's uncommon. We have lots of this land available. And it's all thanks to the ALR, the Agricultural Land Reserve. Now, this is provincially protected land for agricultural use. So you can actually move in knowing that it's not going to be developed. It's something that is strictly guarded by the province. And it's not a small amount either. In fact, if we look at Central Saanich, roughly about 60% of the land is protected for agricultural use. So there's a lot of it to grow around. In today's video, we're going to dig through the obvious ones, the ones that you probably already think of, the land with farms on it when you're driving from the ferry or the airport downtown towards Victoria. We're going to cover that. But I'm also going to step aside from the usual suspects, and we're going to talk about some areas that don't have agricultural zoning, but really pack the same feel, and they give you the experience while getting you even closer to downtown. Okay, so let's get started. Let's bump out to the West Shore next. Now, when we think about Langford and Colwood, there really isn't too much property there that is bona fide ALR. In fact, there really isn't much at all. But right on the border between those areas and Metchosin, we have Happy Valley. And in Happy Valley, we do actually get some ALR land. And frankly, the vibe and the feel of the subdivisions around there starts to really give to that whole notion as well. There's just a bit more of a relaxed pace. You get a lot more access to forested areas, and people have bigger yards. So if you're looking for that feel, but you still want to be kind of in the thick of it, this is a great area with great schools and a real sense of community. It's well worth considering. Now, Metchosin, if you want that rural feel, takes that and puts it on steroids. This is bona fide acreage, but it's also got a lot of topography. So it's hilly and it just has this kind of rolling feel to it. It's really, really charming. The trick with Metchosin though is that not a lot comes up for sale. So if you do want to live in this area, I recommend that you start to watch early and you put some patience in your pocket. Some years we only see 40 or 50 properties actually coming to market that might fit your needs. So be wary of the fact that you might not have the pick of the litter, and when something comes up that's close, you should probably jump on it. Okay, the last of the top 3 is going to be the final one in our obvious list, and that's North Saanich. North Saanich is another area that has a huge amount of protected ALR land. And when you look at the map, you can tell that there's going to be all kinds of options for you if you want to have rural farmland in North Saanich. The beauty is the amenities are off the hook. You still have access to like shopping and stuff like that because Sydney's right there. But it's also home of our airport and our ferry docks. So if you're a traveler and you tend to need to get back and forth, or you spend a lot of time on the mainland, this might be an area for you. The thing about North Saanich, and part of the reason that I kept it separate from Central Saanich, is to me it has a very different vibe. Central Saanich is largely cleared, so you'll be driving down a road and you can see far in every direction, whereas North Saanich tends to have a lot more treed lots. So it's a little bit more closed in, it has more of a foresty feel, it's a lot quieter. And I think that's a big part of the reason that there are so many estate properties in North Saanich. Especially if you get close to the waterfront in the Land's End areas, there are some incredible, like crazy properties. If you might not want to live there, but you should drive by because they're just amazing. But ultimately, If you're looking for somewhere that gives you either that estate property feel, or you want to be somewhere that just feels a little bit more private and closed in, I think North Saanich is a great option. And then also, again, if you tend to travel a lot for work or for whatever reason, North Saanich is a great option to consider. Now I want to continue on, and we're going to get into some of the surprising areas that you might not have thought about, but still give you that feel and get you even closer to the city. The next two areas are still protected ALR land, but they are much closer to the city and they're smaller pockets. So it's not like Central Saanich where you get this sprawling tract of ALR. It's much smaller. However, you still get 5+ acre lots and you still have that rural feel. The first one is the one that I alluded to in the first few minutes of this video, where you can literally own 5+ acres and walk to Starbucks. And that's in View Royal. It's just next to the hospital and the highway. They have literally just a block up from Wilkinson Road. You can get into some truly agricultural properties and have that farming lifestyle, and you can walk to a pub or a restaurant or carry groceries home. It sounds crazy, but it's real. And at the minute you turn the corner, it's like you've transported into a completely different area. The next one is the Blenkinsop Valley. Now, this is also an amazing area because it's right next to Mount Doug and Broadmead, Gordon Head, and Cordova Bay. It's tucked in right there. And we have these areas that are still actively farmed. And at the same time, there are people who have built up these mansions because it's so close to downtown. If you want to have a larger tract of land, there are 5, 10, 20, some of the lots in this area are massive. You're right on the Lochside Trail, so you could literally bike downtown in about 25 minutes. And you've got that rural zoning that lets you do all kinds of stuff with your property, but you are so close to the city. These are amazing areas to kind of bridge the gap if you still want a legitimate farm property, but you need or prefer to stay close to amenities and stuff like that. These are great areas to consider. The country lifestyle plus city amenities is something that really sets our area apart. And I love looking at these properties because it just continues to amaze me that you can have this and still be so close to everything. So if you want space, you want privacy, even if you just want to feel like you're tucked away a little bit and you're not in the thick of everything, we have all kinds of different places you could consider. And I might have even missed some. So if there's somewhere that you think gives this kind of lifestyle and has amazing access, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Please drop one down there, and I always check them, so I'd love to chat about it. As always, I'm super grateful that you took the time to watch this. If this brought you value, please like and subscribe. It's a little thing, but it makes a big difference for the channel. And by the way, if you have plans involving real estate, you want to talk about where you're going to find that country property, you can use the link in the description. I'd love to get in touch. As always, thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next video.